BYE Boost Your English Episode 43, The Problem of the British Commonwealth. Hello and welcome to BYE Boost Your English. I'm Sonia, and today we're undertaking an intensive linguistic deep dive into a powerful piece of political analysis. Our focus is a complete, unabridged essay by Hilaire Belloc, The Problem of the British Commonwealth. This text, written in 1918, is a highly formal examination of the unique challenges facing the empire and the moral questions of trusteeship and governance. It provides an excellent source of sophisticated, academic vocabulary and argumentation. Listen carefully to the sustained argument that follows, and I will return afterwards for our detailed deep dive linguistic segment. Let's begin the reading. The Problem of the British Commonwealth, Hilaire Belloc, 1918. There is a problem before the English people, perhaps the greatest problem that has ever confronted them, the problem of the Commonwealth. It is not the problem of an empire in the old sense of the word, an empire acquired by conquest and governed by a despotism. It is the problem of a vast association of free states, bound together by no legal tie, but by the stronger bonds of race, language, sentiment, and common interest. The Commonwealth is a thing unique in history. It is a new departure in political construction. Its future is uncertain, but its importance is beyond all doubt. The history of this Commonwealth is the history of the expansion of the English race. It is the record of the long period of tentative efforts, of failures and successes, which has resulted in the establishment of a worldwide system. The process has been slow, gradual, and often unconscious. The empire, as has been truly said, was acquired in a fit of absence of mind. But the consequences of this unconscious process are now coming home to us. We are confronted with the necessity of making a conscious effort to deal with the vast entity that has grown up under our hands. The problem is essentially a moral and intellectual one. It is the problem of realizing the nature of the Commonwealth, of understanding its meaning, and of grasping its possibilities. The main difficulty is the geographical dispersion of the parts, and the consequent difficulty of maintaining a constant interchange of ideas and a common sentiment. The solution lies in the development of rapid communication, and the organization of the intellectual forces of the Commonwealth. The war has brought the problem into sharp relief. The common peril has revealed the strength of the moral bond that unites the various parts. The sacrifices made by the dominions have shown that they are not mere dependencies, but self-governing nations, prepared to stand by the mother country in the hour of trial. But the war has also revealed the weakness of the political machinery. The need for a common policy in defense and foreign affairs has been painfully apparent. The old system of isolated action is no longer tenable. The future of the Commonwealth depends upon the successful solution of this problem. If the various parts draw closer together and succeed in framing a common policy, the Commonwealth may become the most powerful factor for peace and civilization in the world. If they drift apart, the disintegration of the Commonwealth will be the greatest disaster that has ever befallen the English race. The question is one that demands the close attention of every thinking man. It cannot be solved by party politics, or by the narrow considerations of local self-interest. It requires a broad, statesmanlike view, and a resolute determination to face the facts. The time for vague sentiment is past. We must grapple with the realities of the situation, and hammer out a workable scheme of imperial organization. The task is formidable, but the reward of success will be immense. The Commonwealth is based upon the principle of freedom. Its constituent parts are autonomous nations, each with its own individuality, its own life, and its own destiny. The problem is not to destroy this freedom, but to reconcile it with the necessary degree of unity. The unity must be a unity of spirit, not of mechanism, a unity of purpose, not of rigid uniformity. The Commonwealth must be a league of free nations, bound together by mutual affection and a common ideal. The ideal is the maintenance of peace and liberty throughout the world. The Commonwealth is a great experiment in political cooperation. Its success will be a triumph for the principle of self-government and a message of hope to the smaller nations. Its failure would be a calamity for the whole world. The issue is one that transcends all local and temporary considerations. It is an issue of worldwide importance, an issue of destiny. The second essential consideration is the question of India. The inclusion of India in the Commonwealth raises a separate and formidable set of problems. India is not a self-governing dominion, it is a subject empire, inhabited by vast populations of different races and religions, governed by a despotic system. The problem of India is essentially one of trusteeship. The Commonwealth is responsible for the peace and good government of this huge dependency. The task is one of immense difficulty and complexity, requiring the highest qualities of statesmanship and administration. The future of India is the central problem of the Commonwealth. It is a problem that tests the moral capacity of the English race. The solution lies in the gradual development of self-governing institutions, and the steady promotion of the welfare and progress of the Indian people. The process must be slow and cautious, but the goal must be clearly defined. The ultimate aim is the establishment of a free and self-governing India, as an integral part of the British Commonwealth. The third consideration is the question of the Crown Colonies. These are territories acquired by conquest or settlement, and governed directly from England. They are not self-governing, and their populations have no political rights. The problem here is one of administration and development. The colonies are valuable to the Commonwealth as sources of supply and as markets for its trade. Their populations are entitled to good government and to the benefits of British civilization. The administration of the Crown Colonies requires the application of sound, business-like principles, and a resolute exclusion of political jobbery and corruption. The final consideration is the spirit in which the problem should be approached. It should be approached in a spirit of hope, of courage, and of faith. The difficulties are great, but the resources of the English race are equal to the task. The Commonwealth is a magnificent inheritance, and it is the duty of the present generation to transmit it unimpaired to their successors. The spirit of unity and cooperation, which the war has brought into play, must be maintained and strengthened in the years of peace. The future of the Commonwealth is in the hands of the English people, and the destiny of the world is largely dependent upon their choice. Deep Dive Linguistic Segment. And now for the part of the show where we boost your English by closely examining the highly formal and political language of Belloq's essay. We have selected 15 words and phrases that are vital for mastering sophisticated commentary and argumentation. Let's dive in. Unique in history. Belloq describes the Commonwealth as a thing unique in history. Unique is an adjective meaning being the only one of its kind, highly unusual or special. Using a thing unique is a slightly formal emphasis on its unprecedented nature. Example: the architectural design was unique in its combination of modern and classical styles. New departure in political construction. The Commonwealth is termed a new departure in political construction. Departure here means a divergence from previous procedure or a new course of action. Political construction refers to the structure and formation of a government. Example: the treaty represented a new departure in international diplomacy. Acquired in a fit of absence of mind. The famous phrase that the empire was acquired in a fit of absence of mind. This is an idiom meaning unintentionally, inadvertently, or without a conscious plan. It emphasizes the haphazard, unplanned nature of the empire's growth. Example: I left my phone on the train in a fit of absence of mind. Coming home to us. The consequences of the process are now coming home to us. This idiom means the reality or consequences of a past action are finally being realized or felt. It suggests an unavoidable, belated recognition. Example: after years of debt, the financial crisis is finally coming home to the government. Dispersal of the parts. The main difficulty is the geographical dispersion of the parts. Dispersion is a formal noun meaning the action or process of distributing or spreading things or people over a wide area. It is a key term in logistics and political geography. Example: the dispersion of the company's offices across 3 continents complicated communication. Bring the problem into sharp relief. The war has brought the problem into sharp relief. This is a powerful, visual idiom. Sharp relief refers to something being made very clear, noticeable, or distinct. It means the problem has become starkly evident. Example: the latest documentary brought the issue of social inequality into sharp relief. No longer tenable. The old system of isolated action is no longer tenable. Tenable is an adjective meaning able to be maintained or defended against attack or objection. No longer tenable means it cannot be justified or sustained. Example: his position on the board became no longer tenable after the scandal. Drift apart. If the parts drift apart, the disintegration of the Commonwealth will be the greatest disaster. To drift apart is a phrasal verb meaning to gradually become less friendly or close. In this political context, it refers to a slow, unintended separation or estrangement of nations. Example: after graduating, the old friends began to drift apart. Transcends all. The issue is one that transcends all local and temporary considerations. To transcend is a formal verb meaning to go beyond the range or limits of something, to surpass. It emphasizes the issue's universal or permanent importance. Example: her artistic vision transcends all contemporary stylistic limitations. Formidable set of problems. The inclusion of India raises a separate and formidable set of problems. Formidable is a strong adjective meaning inspiring fear or respect through being impressively large, powerful, intense, or capable. It indicates a challenge that is vast and difficult to manage. Example: the company faced a formidable set of logistical challenges in the new market. Trusteeship. The problem of India is essentially one of trusteeship. Trusteeship is a formal noun meaning the position or function of a trustee, a situation where one person or group holds responsibility for the property or affairs of another. This term defines the Commonwealth's moral obligation towards India. Example: the foundation manages the donated funds under a strict policy of trusteeship. Gradual development. The solution lies in the gradual development of self-governing institutions. Gradual is an adjective meaning taking place or progressing slowly or by degrees. This emphasizes a process that is measured and intentional over time. Example: the economic recovery required a gradual development of new trading partnerships. Sound, businesslike principles. The administration of the Crown colonies requires the application of sound, businesslike principles. Businesslike is an adjective meaning practical and efficient, serious and professional. Sound means sensible or reliable. This stresses efficient, non-political management. Example: the project manager approached the crisis with sound, businesslike principles. Political jobbery and corruption. Administration requires a resolute exclusion of political jobbery and corruption. Jobbery is a somewhat archaic, yet highly specific, term meaning the corrupt practice of using a public office or trust for private gain. It is a formal condemnation of graft. Example: the local elections were plagued by accusations of political jobbery and corruption. Magnificent inheritance. The Commonwealth is termed a magnificent inheritance. Inheritance is a noun meaning a legacy or heritage. Magnificent is a powerful adjective meaning splendid, impressive, or beautiful. This emphasizes the high value and moral importance of the empire's legacy. Example: the preservation of the natural park is a magnificent inheritance for future generations. That concludes our deep dive for episode 43 of BYE Boost Your English and our focused analysis of the Commonwealth. This was a substantial challenge in immersion and high-level vocabulary, perfectly aligning with your goals to master formal English. Thank you for your concentrated listening. What did you think of Hilaire Belloc's perspective? Do you feel that his analysis of the structural and moral challenges of the Commonwealth remains relevant when looking back at history? We would love to hear your thoughts, insights, or questions in the comments section below. Let's keep the discussion welcoming, constructive, and respectful of everyone's point of view. Keep boosting your English. Bye for now.
Boost your English, it's the key. Listen to